Good Travel Wednesday, East Tennessee. My name is David Aldridge, Chief Meteorologist of Captain Accurate Weather, coming to you by way of the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Happy Thanksgiving. It's almost a big holiday, although today is somewhat like a holiday. Everybody's like checked out from work or school, and that's okay, but we want to get you through the day as far as the weather is concerned. You can see behind me we may have, well, A1 Fincham is my sponsor, yes, but some visibility issues might be plaguing the Smokies this morning, down to about a mile, perhaps around or in the proximity of Mount LeConte, down to maybe less than that in some parts of southwestern sections of Virginia. There may be some pockets of fog this morning, so please be extra careful. Expect plenty of clouds. Our high temperature today came in just after 115. I believe it was 116 this morning at 53 degrees. 53. You think we're going to get to 53 again today? Nope. No, not a chance. I don't expect that at all. Nope, I don't expect that. We've already hit our high temperature. Upside down day. Whoopsie, the fronts come through. Now we're at 48. 48 in Knoxville, 39 in Jamestown, is 43 in Middlesboro. So with temperatures generally in the mid to upper 40s most of the day, maybe some of us in the valley could hit 50 again. But I don't think we're going to hit another high temperature. We've already hit it while many of us were asleep or working the third shift. So 53, I was expecting about 55 for the cascading number to come down. But dress for the 40s. That was my theme in last night's video. It's pretty much the same scenario I expect today. If we hit 50, we'll be considered lucky. It's just going to be a much cooler day, no doubt about that. By the way, the Ultimate Doppler Radar, presented by A1 Fincham Heating and Cooling, focused on customer satisfaction. They won't quit until you're happy. We have a dry scan. That's pretty amazing. And did you know they're family owned and operated since 1982? That's a special year around here. We remember the World's Fair. Well, that was 1982. That's when James Fincham started his company. And you can check them out at a1fincham.com. In fact, a picture of their website right here. That's what this looks like. So if you get a picture like this on your phone or your computer, you know you're in the right place. a1fincham.com. If you have any needs regarding your heating or air conditioning, they are the place to go. Their phone number is 865-947-4267. No, we're not talking about laundry, but dirty sock syndrome is a real thing. That's what they call it. No, I'm not talking about socks, like the literal socks. I'm talking about your air conditioning can look pretty nasty over a course of a period of weeks or months, and it can all be because of a buildup of foul odors coming from moisture, dust, dirt buildup, bacteria, mold, and mildew. And if you need some help with this issue, and maybe you've noticed it, maybe you're not quite sure what that smell is, please give our friends at A1 Fincham a call. They can help you out in a big way, and they are my sponsor for this weather segment. They also have a monthly maintenance plan. They'll come out once before winter, once before summer, make sure everything's working well. You get a tune-up on your car, most of us. Most of it get an oil change. That's preventative. This is the same situation, yet we get more mileage from our heating and air conditioning systems each and every year. But A1 Fincham has a great monthly maintenance plan. Tell them Captain Accurate sent you. Now, we are expecting a lot of clouds today. Not much change there. It's, in fact, we'll be lucky to see the sun. What was it, that song from Broadway that Annie used to sing? The sun will come out on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. That's not the song, Aldrich. No, it's not, but it is apropos. It does fit the narrative today because we're not going to see a whole lot of sun today. Skies will clear out, especially after midnight tonight. And then the sun will be out for Thanksgiving. You see what I'm saying? It will be a much brighter day. It's kind of gloomy, but this is the aftermath of getting some much needed rain. If we see some rain today, look at it around Nashville, near Bowling Green, I have a 30% chance we get some flare-ups from the clouds overhead. So we might get a few hit or miss showers, especially foothill Smokies today. But if you're on the road, maybe you're on the road right now watching me on your phone. If you are, most of the rain, as you can see, has moved off the I-95 corridor, and it's snowing pretty decently, I must say, in New England. Look at Maine and New Hampshire. Oh, it's bliss. It's a winter wonderland in Maine. I've got to ask you that. Are you excited about the change in the weather? I'm on YouTube. I don't see anyone over here just yet, but you could be the first. You could be the first. A couple of us are watching on YouTube, and I'm also on Facebook here on my phone. I can pull that up pretty quickly, and I'm curious to know what kind of comments you have. Do you plan on starting the eating feast today, or are you going to wait till tomorrow? Is it a midday lunch? Is it a evening, afternoon? When do you eat? That's also a very interesting thing. I find that maybe something that was worth conversation with. But Dennis Hatcher says, good morning, David, on Facebook. Happy Thanksgiving from Dandridge. Good morning to you, Dennis. He's one of my premium members. Cody, good morning, David, also on the call here. And Fred says, good morning, David. Good rain yesterday. Picked up 1.48. 1.48, about an inch and a half, and it was the biggest rain since August the 10th. Almost 3.5 months ago. So pretty amazing stuff when you look at it that way. But the big snows this morning are occurring right now in Maine. So LL Bean territory is getting a blanket of snow from the system that brought us rain yesterday. And while it may be quiet if you're traveling south to Mississippi or Alabama or Florida, there are a few showers in Georgia and the Carolinas that you might have to navigate through. By the way, I want to update you. November typically yields, and I say typically, from historical standpoint, from 1991, 2020, those are the normals. We average about 4.25, 4.21 to be precise. How much have we had so far? Well, I just alluded to the 1.48. We only had 0.03 prior to that, so now we're at 1.51, which represents, because I like to do the math, represents about 36% of the monthly total. 36%, that's it. Hey, it's better than September. It's better than October. You can't argue that. The drought conditions continue in East Tennessee, even though we got some decent rains yesterday. As I've said, and I've said before, we didn't get into this deficit overnight. We're not going to get out of it overnight. Not likely. And if you get a 4 or 5 inch rain, where's it going to go? Down the sewer drain. It's not going to. You want something nice and slow. And yesterday was a pretty good day. Yesterday was a victory for us, right? We got the ground. It's dried up, and certainly the wildfires are probably not as much of a conversation today as it was just a couple of days ago. Well, Thanksgiving is almost here. I want to say a special Thanksgiving to all of you, whether it's ham, tofu, or actual turkey. I hope and pray that you'll be surrounded by friends and family, as I am thankful for you, and hopeful that you are thankful for many things in your life as well. 48 is our current temperature. We hit 53 around 1:16 this morning at McGee Tyson Airport. Morristown's at 46. It's 46 in Rockwood and 44 in Wartburg. I got a couple of you watching. Fred says, my sister, I love this. Fred says, my sister is getting snow in Maine. Could she package that up? We have a lot of folks here, Fred, in East Tennessee that are on Team Snow. So whether you're on Team Snow or Team Spring, it's usually a back and forth. But hey, I like all seasons. But when you get closer to winter, I wouldn't mind one or two of those little events that's happening in Maine. Maybe he comes here. Maybe he comes sooner than you realize, but I do appreciate Fred's comment. And Carrie says, good morning. Hope everyone's having a fantabulous day. Love that word she uses. And happy Thanksgiving. Be safe and enjoy all of the blessings and family and friends. I agree. Best chance to do that is while you sit at the table, maybe with the family tomorrow, and that'd be great. By the way, temperatures on the cool side. Don't expect much movement. Kind of flat line today, into the mid to upper 40s. So if you dress for the 40s, well, you'll be in par with what we're going to see, because the temperatures aren't going to move much. They may drop a few degrees, come back up a few degrees, and with the cloud cover, there might not be much movement at all. So what you see may be what you get. Now, of course, if you head to the east, they're in the 60s in Columbia, South Carolina. Augusta, Georgia, 62. And Greensboro gets a little bit colder at 49. So they're at 49. There's a cutoff there. Roanoke's at 45 if you're traveling there. Wind speeds are moving at 5 miles per hour. Now imagine this. Imagine that if we get winds today that are 0 to 5. Let me say that again, 0 to 5. Now think about how gnarly the winds have been. The winds have been part of the story, right? We had, 80-mile-an-hour winds, maybe 85 in parts of the Smokies or higher on some of the hilltops. And today, it's like crickets. Where's the wind? It's the calm after the storm. Nobody talks about that. They talk about the wind, calm before the storm. But this one is actually pretty a nice thing to see. Winds will be about 0 to 5 miles per hour today. If they're moving at all, generally out of the northwest and variable. Lots of clouds in play. These are low clouds that'll plague our region today. So if you're a fan of sunshine, well, you're just not going to see a whole lot, unfortunately. The thicker clouds that have produced much of the rain have moved away. And what we're opening the door for will be a few spotty showers that they come in, spin out. So you might be crying at the sunrise at 7:19 because you don't see it. You say, oh, maybe I see a little glimmer just as it pierces through the horizon. But the sunrise won't be as glorious as they've been before in East Tennessee. But sunsets at 5:25. Even that will be hard to see. With a few showers, I do think we'll see much more of a beautiful sky tomorrow, just in time for Thanksgiving. And speaking of today, if we technically hit 53 at 1:16 in the morning, which we did, we'll be lucky to crack 50 during the course of today, as most of the day will be spent in the 40s. And that's pretty uniform from Crossville to Wartburg, Kingston, Maryville, Sevierville, Seymour, Dandridge, Jefferson City, and Morristown, as well as White Pine. All right, I want to talk about the tropics. I don't know why I'm still talking about the tropics, but I think it's kind of noteworthy that the National Hurricane Center, just 8 days shy of the expiration of the hurricane season, is still watching that little blob of clouds in the center of the Atlantic. They think there's a 50% chance that this could become Vince. So what you're saying is there is a chance. Maybe some of you are like, I want to get all the names crossed off the list because we've got virtually every other one. There was a little disturbance south of Jamaica yesterday. Maybe it was 10%, but that's disappeared. But the only possibility right now, in their view, is that one in the middle of the Atlantic, and it could get the name Vince. If there were another named storm, it would be Whitney. And yes, we've had named storms outside of the parameters, outside of the June 1st, November 30th, because that's hurricane season every year. June 1st to November 30th. We've had storms in January. We've had storms in April. We've had storms in different times. So it could happen, but at least right now it looks like we'll finish probably just shy of the list. Temperature outlook, another reason to check out our friends at A1 Fincham Heating and Cooling, because it's going to get colder. Oh, sure, we can gawk and we can marvel and we can maybe have snow envy for Maine because they're getting all the snow. But what if it got colder here? I mean, like really cold, because that's what the projection is from our friends at NOAA. Notice the time block here, November 30th, the end of the month, right through early December. It's sharply colder in dark blue and maybe colder than average in the regular blue. So again, it's all varying in degrees, but the cold air will be spilling into town, and maybe, just maybe, your heating or furnace needs some attention. So check them out at a1fincham.com. They're family owned and operated since 1982. Now, as far as precipitation, above normal precip for Florida and for Texas, and this would appear that even though we're colder, would suggest that we're going back to a drier pattern, which is not what we want to hear. Headlines, leftover showers today. I left a 30% chance. Not everyone's going to get a rain shower today, but if you did, don't be surprised. Dress for the 40s today. We've already hit our max. And then mostly sunny on Thanksgiving. I hope that you'll be thankful for something indeed for tomorrow. By the way, A1 Fincham has some free, did I hear free? Yes, they have some free tips for you. Maybe it's something to do over the holiday, because you might think, you know what? I haven't changed those filters in forever. Those filters, if you change them monthly, can save you money. And you might want to check for drafts in your home and seal them too, because if you have more insulation, it can save you some money. Older homes typically need more insulation. Number 4 is clear the area like the weeds and grass that are building up around the condenser unit outside. Use a programmable thermostat. This can save you money too. A lot of folks have a programmable thermostat, just don't use it. They just like, I just turn it on and I just turn it on. I don't mess with it. Well, if you adjust it 4 to 7 degrees down in winter, 4 to 7 degrees up in summer, it can save you some money. A1 Fincham making point of that. And make sure you have a regularly scheduled maintenance checks, because they can come out once before winter and once before summer to give you peace of mind. A1 Fincham is who I recommend highly. Let's talk about the Vanderbilt game, because this game, I might add, is Saturday at 3:30. It will be on the SEC network. Of course, it's the in-state rival. 2-9, 7-4. We should finish, I hope. I trust. We'll be 8-4 for the regular season, but go Big Orange. This temperature will drop from about 59 at kickoff to about 49 for the fourth quarter. So I'm watching this very closely as well. So again, beautiful day for the Vanderbilt game. Maybe a good blend of hazy sun and clouds. Got some other notes on YouTube. Steve Stone, he's over here with a happy face. Good morning, Steve, and happy Thanksgiving to you, sir. And on Facebook, I'm looking at some of the new comments that are coming in. A lot of folks watching. Danny is watching. Happy Thanksgiving, says Mary. Mary Powers on here. Thank you for you. And she's got her prayer hands. Wanda Poe is on here saying, morning, David. Happy Thanksgiving Day to everyone. And Danny says, good morning. Hope you have a great day. Happy Thanksgiving, and go Vols. We need a confidence builder on Saturday. After the Missouri game, the Missouri Massacre is what I called it, and then the Georgia game, we need some confidence. And I think we can do that with Vanderbilt. Maybe you agree. You don't have to be that knowledgeable for sports to know that we have a good chance of beating Vanderbilt as they come in on Saturday. Right now, at 6:54, we have 48 degrees. We have a north wind at 5 and relative humidity at 89%. Getting ready for the holiday. If you're on the road today, a nice jacket will come in handy. I even took out the sunshine from my little icon there. It says plenty of clouds, Few showers, 30% chance, and it's cooler. So even though we hit our maximum at 116 this morning, we will likely bounce back into the upper 40s in Knoxville. Some of you in Crossville, for example, may never get out of the mid-40s this afternoon. It's just one of those situations. It's a much cooler day in the post-cold front environment. Precipitation, 30% chance today, but then it's slim pickings Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Might be a good time to get a car wash. Who knows? Storm Prediction Center, we're looking at isolated severe thunderstorms, maybe for Kitty Hawk and far eastern North Carolina. If that's where you're going today, there is that possibility. The Storm Prediction Center has outlined in dark green. Those areas might get an isolated severe storm. I'm talking Wilmington, Wrightsville Beach, Jacksonville, North Carolina, and all the way up through the Outer Banks. Those areas might receive a stronger isolated severe storm today. But for us, of course, maybe some hit or miss showers, but just not much of a problem. Happy Thanksgiving here. Thursday looks quiet all across the lower 48 in terms of severe weather. And lastly, shoppers to rejoice. If you're traveling on Friday, maybe you're jumping from one house to the next. Friday's weather looks pretty quiet here and all across the country. So that's why I say we can marvel at the snow that Maine is getting, but there's not much severe weather down the road, at least in the next couple of days. Now, my future cast may jump back and forth on the camera view here, but it gives you an idea. See what I mean? Look at that, noontime. That shower in Maryville to Townsend wasn't there like a few hours ago. That's what I'm saying. So if you don't see a shower right now, doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Doesn't mean you're going to be able to watch it from Bowling Green and get all the way to Maryville. It may just pop up out of nowhere. It's like, where did that come from? That's the instability, right? The atmosphere is just enough instability that could fire off a couple of showers today. That's why I left a 30% chance. But that's a very good illustration. Doesn't mean it'll line up precisely at Maryville at noon, but it's kind of like the pattern recognition that something will flare, especially between the foothills and Smokies a little bit earlier, say around midday today. By 5 o'clock, you might be on the road for the first time because the office didn't let you loose until 5. If that's the case, it's pretty smooth sailing around the state. And then you can see a few snowflakes, wet flakes in mountains of West Virginia, but looks pretty quiet there. Oh, there's my bounce. Now, on Thanksgiving Day, there are more snow showers in places like Wyoming. It will have left the state of Maine by then, but there might be some more snow just south of Boise, south of Billings, Montana. A few flakes out there. Just thought it would be kind of interesting to see Thanksgiving. And then midday tomorrow, we're looking for a nice meal, perhaps prepared for many of you as you sit down to enjoy the meal. And by 5 o'clock, still pretty quiet. So hopefully you'll enjoy the special Thanksgiving holiday itself. Now, Futurecast, this is another way to look at that possibility of rain today. Notice the cloud cover. It's like a blanket. It doesn't want to budge. And when it does flare up, this shower puts it north of Tellico Plains, possibly around Von Orr, or maybe even to Loudon, maybe into Blount County. Greenback might be getting that rain at shower around noontime, based on the couple of models we've looked at here. And you can see some of it may change to some wet flakes in the highest of peaks, like Chimney Tops or Clingman's Dome. 3:30 today, if we're back to 50, consider yourself lucky. Notice the clouds are breaking to the west, so skies will clear tonight. And that's going to allow early morning temperatures for anyone that might be hot to trot, maybe in Farragut. Maybe you're doing some running. You'll see your breath. 28 in Crossville, about 34, 35 for Knoxville, Oak Ridge, and Maryville, and 34 in Morristown. So it's a very cold start since we've been tomorrow morning. So about 34 is our low point. By midday, we're back to 50 and should finish tomorrow, I think, closer to 57. For a high temperature on Thanksgiving Day itself. It is now 6:59. It is time now to talk about the forecast. Today, 50. That is for the looking forward, not backwards. Showers and cooler weather with very light and variable winds. Today, about 46 for Wartburg and 46 for Oneida, Scott County, Huntsville, and then 50 in Oak Ridge, Clinton, 48 for Sevierville, 48 in Morristown with plenty of clouds. 51 in Chattanooga if you're traveling today, and many people are. Charlotte, 61. Bowling Green, 51. And if you're headed to Lexington, 47. Atlanta, 53. And a pair of 6s for Augusta, Georgia, if you're headed to the south and to the east. That's my expectation for travelers today. All right, for tonight, 34 your low, clearing skies, especially late for Knoxville, with some patches of frost, as you'll be cold enough if you're up early tomorrow to see your breath. Actually, it will be closer to freezing if you're in Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, about freezing for Middlesboro, below freezing for Wartburg and Crossville in the upper 20s. So some very cold air coming into play to start off, even though the sun will be coming out in full force. There's some cirrus clouds, high, thin cirrus clouds tomorrow, so we'll call it mostly sunny on Thanksgiving. Here is your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast. It's now 7 o'clock, finishing on time. Happy Thanksgiving. It's a cool turkey at 57. And then we're in the upper 50s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as you shop, even into Cyber Monday. Is that a thing? Yeah, it's been a thing for many years now, Aldridge. Come on, get with the program. Cyber Monday, highs will be around 53. But if you want a colder day, look at Tuesday, because then we're back in the upper 40s for highs and lows in the upper 20s. So I want to say good morning to you again. Thankful for you. Hopefully you had a chance to check out all that A1 Fincham has to offer. Their phone number 865-947-4267. They're family owned and operated since 1982. Love the fact that they're very conscientious. They won't quit until you're happy. They're focused on customer satisfaction, so very happy for them. And also, as you notice, the phone number 865-947-4267. You can check out. They have some great deals for veterans, and they have a great deal for seniors. So if you're a senior or a veteran, they can offer you some perhaps even additional discounts. Check them out. Tell them Captain Accurate sent you. But I want to come back on camera real quickly because I want to check out some of the notes that you had. Janet Potts says, everyone, please have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Thank you, Janet. Wanda says, hope no more high winds blow down the trees. Almost hit my trailer. That's scary. Anytime you got the winds knocking out power, as they did in some cases. But I notice Wanda's watching, Cynthia is watching, and Carrie is watching. But I want to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving. Darcy Soar says, be safe on the busiest travel day of the year. Happy Thanksgiving, and remember your blessings. Thank you for that reminder, Darcy, and I hope to you as well, and to everyone watching. By the way, I will not have a video tomorrow. Surprise. I'm going to enjoy Thanksgiving with my family too. But I hope that you will be blessed, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section. I do check back on that on occasion, quite a few times during the course of the day. But there's the 7-day forecast as you prepare for the holiday. Just know that today's not going to feature a whole lot of sunshine as we struggle to reach into around 50. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.